Okay, y'all, I wanted to do a quick tutorial on the Santa Claus illustration here. So first things first, you want to scroll down and look for the typography AI file to download. Sorry about the bell. You will need to find a Christmas font, and this is how to install fonts, but if you haven't remembered, thefont.com is a great website. There's also already a holiday section that you can use. But while that loads, let me go ahead and open up my downloaded AI file. Should look something like that. Okay, so again, the holidays you can find over here, or you can type in the search bar Christmas. You do want something that's not too decorative, so something like this is fine, but when you have stuff that has like too many decorations like this, it might get in the way. Like this will not work. So something Christmassy, but not too crazy. I'm going to do this one. And that one might have too much. Definitely not any of these, okay? I think the one I have should be okay. So once you download it, you click on the zip file. You go to your downloads, and then you want to install the OTF or TTF file. So I'm just going to double click on it and then hit install. Alright, so that's ready to use. Okay, back in Illustrator, you want to go ahead and open up your layers panel. If you don't see layers anywhere over here, go to Window and then Enable Layers. I like having it docked in the bottom like this so I can always see it. Okay, I'm going to lock the background. The Santa one's going to stay, but I'm going to create a new layer right above the background, and this is going to be my text. Okay, so all of my text is going to go in here, and then the Santa Claus stuff is going to stay up at the top. So the first thing we need to do is break up the Santa Claus into pieces that are going to be wrapped around in text. So let me just go ahead and grab my reference really quickly so I know where I'm cutting. Alright, let's see. So this one I can split up into 3 or 2 pieces. I'm going to try 2 for now. So grab your knife tool that's hidden right behind your eraser tool. Remember, when cutting with this tool, you have to make sure that you start somewhere off of your shape and end somewhere off. So I'm just going to grab this and then make a cut like so. You can right click and hit ungroup if it is grouped, but I think mine did separate. Yeah, okay, awesome. It's in 2 pieces. Now, for the hat, that's broken up into a couple pieces, I believe. Might be 3. So grab my knife tool again. Split somewhere there. Oops, I didn't select this. There we go. So the top, that'll say Merry. I'll do Christmas down here. Oh, too big. Sorry, my mouse is crashing into one of the desks, so something like that. I'm actually going to cut right here and then do another cut. No, we'll leave it at that. Let's see how that goes. If I have to cut here, then I will. We're going to leave that into 1 piece. I'm for sure going to cut the sideburns here, so let me just click on isolate the beard here, and I'm going to cut right here, cut over here. There we go. And then this one, I'll cut into pieces like this. So I have three pieces for the big beard and then a couple pieces over here. This one can be a little tricky, so I'm just going to split it in half, like that. I'm going to go back to my selection tool and hit escape to get out of isolation mode. And the glasses, I'm going to double click on them until they're isolated, grab my knife tool, and we have to be strategic with this one too. So I'm going to cut right here in these corners, and maybe right here as well. We'll see if this is going to be fine for now. Alright, so we have our Santa Claus broken up into pieces. I'm going to hit ungroup so everything's a separate object. You might have to ungroup a couple times. Ungroup. Oops. Oh, they are ungrouped. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to lock this for now and go to my text layer. I'm going to grab my type tool and I'm going to click once. I'm going to change this to 72 for now, and we're going to do Mary as one text box, and I'm going to change this to a Christmas font like so, and I'm going to make it large scale. I'm going to change the color of this text to be white, and then I'm going to make a copy by holding down the Alt option and then dragging, or Command C, Command V. And I also want a red version of this. Okay, I'm going to copy this one more time, but this time I'm going to type Christmas. And copy this again. And I want a white version. Okay, so anything that's white in the Santa Claus, we're going to use the white text, and anything that is red, we're going to use the red text. Okay, so we'll start with this part right here. Oops, I'm going to go ahead and unlock this. We're going to have lots of copies of these too. So actually, let's do that now. Let's make lots of copies. Alright, so I'm going to select this top one here. Ooh, I actually don't like the way this was cut, so I'm going to select both of them and then join them. You can leave yours as is, that's just me being picky. I'm going to cut it one more time. Okay, so I'm going to select this object, hold down Shift and click on Mary, and I'm going to go up to my menu bar, go to Object, hover over Envelope Distort, and you want to select Make with Top Object, and now Mary's going to go into here. Okay, give me 1 second, switch out mouses. Again, the text has to be below the Santa Claus objects. If you get an error message, it's probably because your text is not below it. So I'm going to grab Christmas, select the bottom version over here, go to Object, Envelope Distort, and then Make with Top Mesh again. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Select the top of the hat, click on Mary, one of the red ones, go to Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Top Object, click on the bottom one, and then keep copying this over and over and over. This one's the one that might be a little weird, so you can actually even combine both of these. So let's say I'm going to keep making copies anyway. So for this one, I wanted to say the whole thing. And then I'm going to hold down Shift, Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Top Object. That's fine. And then here, making sure you don't run out of copies. Always make copies. Here we go. This one I wanted to say Merry Christmas all the way across again, so I'm going to do a white version of this one. And see if it fits here. Yep, excellent. Okay, for these long pieces here, oops, let me go to the beard. I might actually want to rotate this one, so I'm going to copy it one more time, but this one I'm going to rotate 90 degrees, so now I'm going to have that font selected, hold down Shift to select multiple things, click that sideburn, and that way it's a bit more legible than before. I'm going to rotate this one too, hold down Shift to select multiple things, and there we go. If you wanted to rotate these, you totally can. If you wanted to keep them like this, before I get rid of it, that's fine. It might just look a little wonky, but rotating the text can help out in some of these portions. You can also always opt out to use Merry instead of Christmas for smaller areas. Okay, so you're going to keep repeating these steps for the glasses, for the beard, the mustache. Don't worry about the mustache looking weird because that's probably the most warped one that you'll have, but it's totally normal if it looks like that. Okay, so again, don't worry about some of them being not legible, because that's just how it might be. Okay, once you're done doing the whole thing, you're going to do File, Save As, change this to a PDF, and then upload the PDF. Okay, let me know if you need